Hello, everybody. I am Manuel Montoya. As you know, I'm the concentration advisor for international management, and I have the pleasure of introducing today Felicia Martinez, and she is the executive director of the Colorado European Union Center of Excellence. That's a mouthful at the University of Colorado Boulder. They have been a longtime partner with the University of New Mexico on international travel opportunities. And there is one in particular called the Brussels Global Seminar that I wanted to bring Felicia on to talk about. Welcome, Felicia. How are you doing today?
Thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity, Manuel, and thank you for extending this to your students. Doing real well today. Thank you.
Good, good. My pleasure. So maybe you can share a little bit about the program, and then we can talk a little bit about the history that UNM and Boulder have had working with each other on these international trips.
Sure. So the program is a 5-week summer immersion intensive. It's a class and it's worth 6 credits of University of Colorado credit. And it's a 5-week program in Brussels and in Luxembourg. The first week is on-site visits to EU institutions. Now, the program overall is to study policymaking. It's to study how it really works at the center of governance, which is Brussels, Belgium, and Luxembourg. So that first week, what we do is go to on-site visits. We go to the EU institutions and we create a classroom, so to speak, tour at each institution. And the staff fills us in on what the institution does, where it is at this moment, what are current events that are being addressed, just the sort of the inside look. So in Brussels, we go to the EU Commission, the Parliament, the Parliamentarium, which is an extension of the Parliament, the Council of the European Union. And then we take a train to Luxembourg and we visit the European Court of Justice, the European Investment Bank, and the Court of Auditors. Now, in both places, it's also equally important to understand how this works, is to understand a little bit about the culture. And so there's city tours of both Brussels and Luxembourg, and that provides a level of history, understanding of history, and orientation, because students will be spending 5 weeks in this program. And also during the program, we'll be going on a visit to the US mission, to the EU, and to NATO. Those are extraordinary visits. And all along through this whole program, what we're encouraging students to do is actually speak to the people that we're introducing them to, build a relationship, continue to communicate with these people. Perhaps at some point, people would be interested in an internship in Europe at one of these institutions. Perhaps they need a reference for the work that they're doing and they want to share their work with these in-service people. I mean, these people who have already gone through college and done their work, and now they're out working in the real world. And so these are really good connections. And in that line, we have 2 classes. So that, as I said, that first week is visits to the institutions. The last 4 weeks are spent at the University Libre in Brussels in a classroom, and students are accommodated in the dorms there. And so walking to the classroom is very easy. You're in a campus sort of setting with students from all over the world, and you'll be attending 2 classes. The first one is called a colloquium, and it's taught by Kaija Schilde from the University of Boston. And she'll be bringing in-service staff members into the classroom to present their work to you. And again, another opportunity to listen about what's going on, build a relationship, professional relationship, begin to build your catalog of understanding about what's going on as far as policymaking in the EU. The second 2 weeks is spent in a class called EU Institutions and European Politics. And this is taught by Frank Wendler from the University of Hamburg. And students here learn a little bit quick history of the European Union and how it came about, how policymaking evolves, and then how the institutions work together. And it's an extraordinary class. For both classes, I'll warn you, this is work. There are assignments due, papers due, and you have plenty of time to do it. But don't come if you think you're going on vacation, because it's not vacation. Work has to happen here. So those first 2 weeks, as I said, we're on the road, and students stay in hotels in Brussels and Luxembourg. And then the last 4 weeks at the dorms on campus. Students can look forward to a lot of support and individualized attention from staff members. I'll be there. The 2 faculty members will be there, and then we'll have 2 other support staff on board as well. The program dates are July 12th through August 13th. So this is a 5-week program. It's a long time to be away from home. And some students who have already traveled internationally or traveled understand that it's a period away. It's a wonderful opportunity, but you will be away. And I think that I'll stop with that,
Yeah.
Manuel, and then answer any further questions you might have.
No, that's perfect. This could appeal. So many of one of our requirements for the international management concentration is a study abroad requirement and a foreign language requirement. And this will fulfill the study abroad requirement for the degree. But we also have a policy and planning degree. And we also have relationships with several other units on campus, including our Global National Security Policy Institute, International Studies, and even Latin American Studies. All of those programs have various components that would intersect with this. I'm primarily interested in people having that hands-on experience in one of the birthplaces of the European Union, and how those regional integration tactics and strategies manifested into what became the European Economic Union and the community that followed. So very excited about this opportunity. Maybe you can share a little bit. We've had this program in the past related to other units on campus. So maybe you can give a nod to some of the history that you have with UNM so that people are aware of that as well.
Right. So I started working with UNM when I came on board. Been with this program for 11 years. And it was Eleni Bastia who I worked with extensively, and Catherine Sauer. And we supported each other's programs by my bringing in speakers to UNM from the EU, high profile speakers that we bring in from the EU delegation to the United States in DC, and then scholars traveling from the EU to come. And so we were able to bring those students in. We were also able to fund through our program a scholarship for Catherine Sauer's study abroad in Germany. And so we have gone back and forth and really just tried to support each other's international education, exposure to culture, exposure to other people in other ways, and thinking perspectives, that sort of thing. And this program, we now have, actually, Manuel, we have a couple of students from UNM already filling out applications. And so I'm really excited about that. The one thing I really want to encourage students to know is not only will it fulfill their requirements as you have just stated, but we have money for scholarships. And I really don't want this program to be not attended because of financial concerns. And so if that's the case, I encourage students to reach out to me and tell me what's going on. Let me try to help before you make a decision just based on finances. Okay.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And so many of our students would really appreciate that. So thank you for sharing that.
Mhm.
I want to keep it at that and get students to engage based on this information. What we'll do is we'll post your information at the bottom of the video as it's published, and including a link to the program for any further details. Yeah, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you sharing this opportunity with our students here at UNM.
Oh, I sure appreciate your time, Manuel. Thank you for putting this together. And please, students, we welcome you. Please come. We would really look forward to meeting you and spending this time together in Europe.
Thank you so much for your partnership and collaboration.
My pleasure. Thank you.